Okay, we're trying this again. Here's Boomerang by Street Poet. And I hope you enjoy the show tonight with LipglossNMics.
On the wall of my mind, they never cease to amaze. Nor again, I wanted them down. People say it's a phase. I think I need you around. Girl, come back to me. You've been gone too long. Baby, make your way back to me. Cause they gon' love you all wrong. They gon' love you wrong. Girl, come back to me. Like a boom. You've been gone too long. I need you to stay. Baby, make your way back to me. Like a boom. Cause they gon' love you all wrong. So come back on the darkest of days. I swear your heart shines a light for me. Trying to fight through this maze. Some for walls get the best of me. But I won't stop, I won't give up. Think it's your love, keep making me stronger. The guiding light is shining bright. One of these days I'ma slide up on you and free your soul, along with mine. They been loving you wrong, I'm in the right, the wrong girl. You're out of sight, never out of mind. I write my brain every moment, think of you. Girl, come back to me. You've been gone too long. Baby, make your way back to me. Cause they gon' love you all wrong. Press forward, ride the tempo. Your love and lifting what I need to win for. Strike me down and leave my wounds and press on. Tight as a grip, don't ever think that I let go. No mountain high enough, no valley too low to give it a running start and walk on faith for it. I feel your love again, I'm almost sure of it. Girl, my heart ain't can you the cure for it. Girl, come back to me. You've been gone too long. Baby, make your way back to me. Come back to me. Like a boom. You've been gone too long. I need you to stay. Baby, make your way back to me. Like a boom. Cause they gon' love you all wrong. So come back.
Alright, everybody. I hope y'all love that song, Boomerang. Like I said, it was on Turn Up, Turn Off twice. And we got a lot of audience feedback. And I love it personally. So I ain't going to say, not. But, we have Street Poet with us live. Are you there still with me?
Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, we're good. So, let's jump into it. When did you start doing music?
I started doing music when I was about 14. Growing up, I wrote a lot of poetry. I followed my sister. She done a lot of poetry growing up. And, I just kind of took it and made it my own thing. And then, I met my partner, Arson. I started, and he really molded me into an artist more so than anything. So I just picked it up and ran with it.
Oh, wow. So who was your influences, like, music-wise?
Be sure to register your copy of
Well, a lot of them are, like Andre 3000, like everybody else. But I think the biggest influence I had was Smoke from Pill Mind. A lot of people don't know that about me, but man, I love how he dissect those bars, man, and he's lyrical, and singing. He was one of the first people I knew that was singing and rapping and, just switching it up. Just not doing no A, B, and C rapping, just, being free with it.
Yeah, he basically did what he wanted. and just kind of flowed. Now, all right, so you said 14. Now, when did you seriously start taking music? Like, you know, that this is what you wanted to do as, you know, part of your career as well?
Well, I mean, automatically, because, you know, for me, it was more about, you know, if you listen to a lot of my earlier music, I've always been an artist that try to, you know, keep it real and, you know, really put the feeling in, you know, and the pain and stuff like that, you know, because I grew up on music like Luther Vandross and Marvin Gaye. You know, I had those Saturday morning cleanups, and, you know, my mom come to the house and wake everybody up and blast the music, you know, so, you know, and sing gospel everywhere. You know, my music, my family is very musically inclined, so, you know, all of us love music, but, you know, automatically, like, when I got the freedom after I recorded my first song and heard it back, and was like, hey, you know, I fell in love with doing music. So, you know, I automatically picked it up. But I'd say around, like, 17, we started getting a lot of feedback from our music. And we were performing at a place in Pierre called Spoonies. And we were just rocking it every week, you know, and I seen people were, you know, kind of pulling to us, you know, and gravitating to us and, you know, trying to, like, you know, influence us to do more. Like, they want more and more and more, you know. So I really just picked up then and kept running with it.
That's pretty awesome. That was young, too, so you've been seasoned over the years. Now, Boomerang, I know that's your single that you're currently pushing. And I have a question, like, how did you come up with Boomerang? Like, I mean, y'all got to go see the video, too. Go check it out on YouTube. How did you come up with that? Because I love the video, too. It, like, all fits together.
Yeah, well, basically, you know, I'll never let myself be a closed-in artist, you know, for one thing. Like, I've been a contracted songwriter for like 7 years, and I probably, you know, it wasn't working for me like I wanted it to, like I thought it would, you know, but I wrote all kind of music, like gospel rap for people, you know, country music, you know, pretty much anything you can name that I can get my hands on, you know, just to be free. And, you know, and I started freeing up my pen for myself, you know, and getting that feedback and searching for a record deal and stuff like that and trying to be more commercial. I realized, you know, it's not about that, you know, it's about being yourself, you know, not what somebody else would, you know, try to, you know, box you in to be, you know what I'm saying? So that was just me breaking free, you know, and a lot of my music is like that. Like, if you listen to my mixtape Sevens, like, there's a lot of different flows on there, different, you know what I'm saying? I'll never be one of those one-dimensional artists, you know, and that's one thing I feel like it's a gift and a curse, but more so, it allows me to be happy with what I do, more so than worrying about what everybody, you know, everybody thinks of it. So that was just a song, like, I was sitting alone, and I heard the beat, and I was just like, man, I gotta write something to this, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I was just sitting there, I was listening to music, and I automatically thought of Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jackson would ride this, you know what I'm saying? And what would be an updated Michael Jackson, you know, kind of like a Bruno Mars feel to it, you know? So, you know, I just took all of that and made it my own and, you know, just was being me, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a vibing song. Like, you can sit there and chill with it, or I can see it in the clubs too. You know what I mean? Like, just that kind of happy feel song. You know, it's the beat too. I mean, like you said, it's a flow kind of beat. I love it. I mean, and then of course I told you the graphic. As soon as I seen that, I was like, oh wow! Like, you know, it was just colorful and bright and just drew you to it. You know.
Yeah, I'm glad, man. I take this music business, I take it very seriously. You know, I haven't made it mainstream yet, but I plan to, you know, in my own time, because, you know, I like a lot of people that know me or know me as an artist that have been around listening to my music, they know I take it very seriously, you know, even down to something as small as the cover, because that was something, if you look at it and you dissect it, it'll catch your attention, you know.
Absolutely, and I tell that all the time to artists. You know, Turn Up, Turn Off is one of our, like, critique shows. You know what I mean? And OG Mac and I do that show. And, you know, people don't realize, like, a lot of times we'll talk and give, like, hints out there. Like, you know, people just throw any kind of graphic on it. And it's like, you know, when you think about it, you know, doing a visual merchandise or anything like that, marketing, that's the first thing they see. So it's like, if they look at your cover and it's kind of janky, you know, they're going to be like, what? You know what I mean? They might listen to it, or they might just pass it on by. But, like, if you were to put a janky cover beside Boomerang, obviously they're all going to go to Boomerang. You know what I mean? Because it's just, it catches your eye, and that's what everybody should look at. You know, each step of the process that you do to get a song out there, and the promo, and, you know, people don't realize, oh, well, I don't see what the promo does.
Hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work,
it's being on the computer.
A lot of people don't realize it's hard. It's hard to be an artist, especially when you get to the point where you're a serious artist. You know, you realize that you want to do this for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you realize, like, you got to put money behind it. Because, like, the video, you know what I'm saying? We came up with that video. I pretty much told the guy from Green Glass, you know, what I wanted and what I envisioned for it, and he brought it to life, you know, so immaculately, and you know, it just takes hard work, but those things are not cheap. So, you know, with it being an expression of me and being wanting to do this for the rest of my life, and, you know, I just take everything, every part of it very seriously, and I'm very passionate about what I do, you know. And you have to be to survive, because, you know, this is a blood sport, man. Everybody does this, man. More people do this than play basketball.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true, too. It really is. It's true. I mean, I never realized, like, how many people want to do music until I got into, you know, I used to be in corporate, so coming in underground, it was like, you know, wow, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these people. And I've been in underground since, like, 2007, 2008. And, wow. Like, you know, I've seen so many artists, indie artists, come and go. You know, they were around for a couple of years, and they might have had a buzz, but then they gave up. And it's like, I say, that's the one thing you can't do. You can't give up in this game. You can't. And like you said, it's a blood. I mean, you can't. There's so many people you can't trust. Then you go through all the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But if you got the passion.
What I realized is what, like you're saying, man. Like you know, it's been a lot of bullshit along the way. Because I've been in this game a long time. I've had record deal offers, and, you know, been knocking on the door of the industry. I've done tours and shows and everything else, but, you know, one thing you have to do, man, you have to build a team, and, you know, find people that are really passionate about what you're passionate about. You know, they don't have to they have to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And your vision for things, because at the end of the day, if this is your baby, you gotta treat it like your baby, you know? And everybody that's behind you gotta follow accordingly, you know? That dream doesn't have to be your dream, but it has to assist, you know?
And it has to be on your priority. Like, you know, a lot of people used to tell me that, like, Kells, the passion you have for music is just insane. And I was just like, I never looked at it like that, you know what I mean? I've just always, music was my thing ever since I was a little kid, you know what I mean? I was never a television person. Maybe cartoons or something every now and then, you know what I mean? I was just never into TV, even as a kid. I had, like, my little boom box in my teens, you know. In the city, I grew up in the projects, so it was like everybody was into music, you know. Our thing was to hang around at the basketball court with the boom boxes going, you know. And it's just always been music, you know. It's just always, no matter what part. Huh? It was just that thing, you know, and I mean, everybody be up there, and it was just crazy, and you know, of course, now you never see boom boxes, but it's different, you know, and music just changes over the years, and that's another thing indie artists don't realize. You got to keep with the speed of it. Music changes so quick, quick.
It does, and I'm one of those people, man. I've been doing this so long, you know. I really sit back and observe, and I study artists. You know, I study artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You know, and you know, even down to like Kodak Black and, you know, different people like that. You know, I like music with content and music with feel. Like right now, I have to say, like, J. Cole, you know, is one of my favorite artists because, you know, it strikes home, you know, and that's what I always wanted to do. You know, I always tell myself, like, even if I don't make it to make $1 million, you know what I'm saying, off my music or whatever, you know, I'm optimistic about it. I believe I can, but hard working, you know, just keeping on, you know, pushing and knocking on that door. But at the same time, even if I don't, I want to make it easier for somebody, you know, with my music. I want to make songs for my mom to dance to, as well as my, you know, my son, and, you know, just keep pushing. I want to make music that resonates with people more so than anything.
Right.
You know?
And you have to, and that's the thing. It is. It's hard, but you're leaving your mark behind, too, and you're good at what you do. It's not like, you know what I mean? You have a different kind of sound. I mean, that Truancy song that you told me about, which y'all will be listening to closing out the interview, I didn't even, you know, because I was stuck on the other song, you know what I mean? So it was like between, you know, what is it, Burning Bridges?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was stuck on that one, and then when you told me about Truancy that everybody, you know, I said, all right, well, I'm going to throw that one out to the show and see what everybody thinks. Right away, as soon as I played it, this guy, he tweeted me, and he was like, this song is definitely a turn up. And I was like, no shit, you know what I mean? He's like, wow. Like, it was like, and that, some guy from Atlanta. And, it was so crazy because it's like, you know, you told me about that one, and it wasn't, then I went and checked out the SoundCloud, realized all the plays on it, and I was like, wow, I said, I wonder if we're missing something here, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he needs to promote that one with it, you know what I mean? Because obviously, I never played it, and the first time I played it, people loved it, you know what I mean? So I was just like, wow, that's kind of crazy. What would you say? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Are you good? I was just gonna say, you know, one thing about that Truancy song, man, my music is so real, man, and that's what I wanted to paint the picture of, because, you know, you get so much facade, and, you know, you never know with people these days. You know, I always wanted to be so transparent through my music, because, you know, one way I grew up, you know, I was a bad kid, I was trouble home, you know, I've been to jail, in and out of jail. You know, I'm not perfect by any means, you know, and I always wanted to be transparent and show people, you know, that you can go through it, but it's what you do now, you know what I'm saying? You can't look back in the past, and really that's what the Truancy song was about. It was trying to paint a picture, like, you know, I've been there, man. I was winning kids, I was out on the block, you know, doing the same thing that everybody else is trying to do, but I took that and grew from it, you know, and that song means a lot to me. Like, even my mom likes that song because she knows it's real, you know, so it's something I need to push.
And it's going to help somebody else out there, too. That's what's good about it. It's going to help somebody else realize, and it's true, a lot of people, like you said, they need to grow through it. A lot of people don't realize that, you know what I mean? They keep the repetition, and they keep, you know, doing whatever. And it's like, you know, you got to just kind of sit back and learn from it and then move forward, you know what I mean? And you got that experience there, and you know what happened with it, so you got to be like, nah, I can't do this anymore. I got to do it a different way, you know? What would you say has been your hardest struggle as you're coming up?
In life or in the music?
Both.
In life,
it affects
honestly,
it, you know?
It's been overcoming my background. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest struggle. You know, as a child, and that's one thing I always try to tell, you know, like the teenagers and, you know, my little nephews and stuff like that. Like, you know, man, look, if you know, if your head is down the wrong path, you better know what consequences you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a persistent person, you know, and even after I got out of jail, you know, I had a background, I was persistent enough to keep knocking on doors, keep, you know, working myself up and getting jobs. You know, I remember washing cars for $2 a car, you know, at one point in time, because my son needed formula, you know what I'm saying? I also remember being the same person stealing formula out of Walmart, you know, because I ain't had the money to buy it, you know, but I grew through all of that and, you know, progress, and I was a supervisor, you know, the electrician, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it does show growth, you know. I think that was my hardest struggle, is getting past my background, but I'm a very persistent person. Like, I'm aggressive and I'm persistent. Like, nothing will slow me down. But as far as the music, I think, man, these days it's hard, man. It's hard to get a grasp on things, because I'll tell you what I realized. You hear my music, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a well-rounded artist, and I'll train myself to be that way. I'll study, you know, music theory. I'll study, you know, rhyme schemes and syllables and everything, you know, everything you can listen, wordplay, you know, all of that. But nowadays, it's not about all of that. It's not about how good you can do the music. developing your talent. I think my biggest struggle has been social media relevant. Because every label that I talk to, you know, they love my music. They love my music, but at the same time, let me see your Instagram. Let me see how many followers you got. Let me see, you know, your Facebook. And for me, I think it's been trying to let the world spectate, you know, in my life. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I've overcame a lot of stuff, you know, as far as being in the streets and stuff like that, but I still don't bear at all on social media. Like, I don't like walking around on live and all that extra stuff, you know, and I feel like that it's more about that. It's more about having a following and developing yourself into a brand and a business than it is about your actual talent. I think that's been the biggest thing to overcome for me.
And you're so right, because it was probably September or October last year. I have a DJ friend that works between Cali and New York, and he goes to like a lot of executive meetings sometimes. It depends what client he's working with. And he happened to call me from a meeting. He was in the hallway, and he's like, Kels, you'll never guess what kind of meeting I'm in. He said, there's a Universal rep here, Sony, which is pretty much the same label, so I don't know why the hell, you know what I mean? But he said, and somebody from Spotify, and I was like, that's what's up, because like Spotify is one of my favorite outlets, and people don't realize it, what Spotify can do for you, you know? And he was telling me,
I'm trying to get there too, those playlists, man.
Yeah, and Spotify, I mean, you have your own platform on Spotify, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, because I've been sharing. I was like, wait a minute, you have your own. I'm like, but I mean, the thing is, too, branding yourself, I think, is better than being on a lot of playlists. You know what I mean? If they're heard, that's fine, but I mean, I think being on your own is better. That's just my personal experience. But he was telling me exactly what you just said. Basically, the labels were looking for a following. They want the music, but they definitely want the following. But what they're doing that makes it even harder, because of all these people buying bots and not working their social media or having somebody work it for them, they're deducting 10% of your following. So no matter what, and that goes to all the people, you know, that have bought bots or bought likes and all that craziness. And so that's what they realize, you know what I mean? So they're cutting 10%. But that, you're right, that's exactly what they're looking for as a following. And I think it's kind of crazy, too, because I used to let it bother me, you know, but my Facebook page, I delete 1,000 people every December. Because I feel like if you're on my page and you ain't even shouting out every once in a while or never even said hi to me, you got to go, because you ain't supporting my movement. You know, you're keeping me staggering. You're like a dead fish, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I delete people, but you know, and it is, and it's hard, and I think looking at it from what I do is I see that a lot with all artists. You know what I mean? They don't want to. I mean, you don't know how many people I get a week that don't even have a Twitter account, and it's like, oh my goodness, you don't realize you can pick up fans.
I do, but I'm one of those people, man. I'm all about the music. Like, you know, my main goal is not to, you know, be a millionaire and be in the spotlight with everybody. You know, I want to have enough. I want to get enough money from the label to lock myself in the studio for 6 months.
Right.
Come out, you know what I'm saying, and see what I can come up with. You know, that's what drives me. The music drives me, because, you know, I'm one of those artists. I think about different stuff, and you know, I never run out of material. So pretty much anything you put in front of me, I can come up with something to, whether it be singing or lyrics or getting somebody else to do it. You know, it doesn't matter. But I just love the music, you know, and that's one thing about me. Like, I'm not all about the social media shit, man. That shit is for somebody else. Like, I ain't.
Right. That's why you heard me, though.
Same thing too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's true, and it's hard because, like, you know, people don't see there's so much. I mean, not just putting it on blogs, and it's hard to keep up with where you can place it. Every single streaming site that's available is what you want. I have people that they worry so much about YouTube, and I try to tell them, like, look, YouTube's not even paying you a dime anymore per hit. Okay, YouTube doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it does for your video because it's your outlet for your videos. But what's going to get you is where you place it in the streams. Because YouTube does it, you know, and then I got people arguing with me. And you know, sometimes I'll argue back, and then it's like, you know what, Kelly, stop. Just stop wasting your time, because you know what? It's not worth it. I could put out things that I've got facts on, you know what I mean? Like Tidal. Yeah, Tidal's a beautiful platform. But you know what? It has nowhere near the audience that Spotify does.
Yeah, Spotify, yeah.
Tidal and Spotify are your two highest paying ones as well. Tidal does pay more than Spotify, but you know what? You're not going to get as many customers because why? As soon as you sign on to Tidal, you got to buy their membership. People ain't even familiar with it yet to say, okay, this is what I want to invest so much a month, you know. Spotify now, I'm a Spotify Plus, you know what I mean? I take Spotify with me in my car, you know what I'm saying? And because I don't listen to the radio anymore, I listen to indie artists, and if I feel like listening to this artist today, well, that's what's going on. If I feel like listening to, you know what I mean? So I'll be switching all over Spotify, and people don't realize that, you know, you gotta place your music. There's so many streaming outlets out there that you can put, and if your music's done, and that's another thing, a lot of artists, you know, you got your stuff down pat, but you know how many artists out there that don't know the business side of it, and they don't even have their songs registered. They don't even
have to.
Yeah, because you're losing.
That's what I realized, like, but the thing is, that goes back to having a team, because, man, one thing I learned, like, I'm one of those people, man, if you take too long to do something for me, I'll take your job and I'll do it myself. That's why I got my own studio, you know, I print my own sweatshirts, I print my own waters, I print my own lighters and flyers, everything you can name. I shoot videos, you know, everything you can name, but, you know, when you have done something else, you know, to me, as an artist, it seems like something always suffers. And for me, it's been my music. So I've had to reach back out to people and be like, hey, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I realize I can't do it all on my own, you know. And that's a hard thing to grasp when you want it so bad. You know, I've been in that position, like, if I just do it all myself, I'd get there, because these motherfuckers ain't taking me serious. They taking too long to give them the mixes, taking too long to print my shirts, taking too long to give them the flyers. You know, I keep having to add this note, the mix this, change this, you know, but at the end of the day, you just got to have a solid team. And, you know, I found that, and I've started getting farther by trusting people. But you do have to be careful who you trust.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, the rap game is like the trap game, man. You got people that's little man, you got the plugs on top that don't care nothing about you. Then you got somebody that's just trying to get a little money and get over. Then you got the good-hearted people that want to help you, but they ain't in a position to, you know. So you just have to maneuver, man.
It is. I've noticed that just trying to grow myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, coming from a corporate level, it was hard for me to adjust to the indie level. You know, before I was just giving the music. You know, like, here, this is what we're pushing, and this is what you're selling, and, you know, we're going to go to House of Blues and do this tour, and then we're going to this, and, you know, so it was different, and my money was there no matter what, you know. But then coming indie, it was a tough break. It was learning, and like you said, there was people I trusted that I shouldn't have. People that weren't interested in my growth. They were interested in the knowledge they could get from me. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy, you know. And now,
like,
I mean,
trap game, I'm trying to tell you.
yeah, it's like, you know, like, and then it was like, you know, I had to boss up and that's what my mentor told me, like, you know, 3-4 years ago, he's like, Kels, I got to toughen your skin. He said, because they're going to eat you alive. He said, you got too good of a heart, and that's why you're not getting the money. You know, so he toughened me up, and now it's like, you know, I don't feel that our prices are high. You know, I've seen plenty of people, and they charge way more than I do. You know what I mean? But I guess it's the passion I have for music. Yeah, I want to eat, but I don't want to rob the artist either. You know what I mean? Because,
right.
I mean, I've seen packages for what I do go for $300-400, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you're just talking a lot of shit or something, because there's no way that you should be charging somebody that much money. You know?
Right.
But it is what it is. So where do you see yourself, like, by the end of the year? I know that you're going to do the video you have for Boomerang already. What's next? Like, what's coming next?
I have another pop song I'm about to drop. It's called Dancing on the Clouds. You know, I'm just trying to appeal to that market, you know, by the summer, because I feel like I'm right up here by Clemson. So I feel like if I can appeal to that crowd and give them something to listen to, you know, I get farther. And I also have, you know, a couple of throwaway songs and freestyles that I'm about to drop, you know. I'm just gonna keep it coming all year long, and I'm just trying to, wait till, when I jump off, I'm not turning back, and keep it rolling, trying to drop something every week or at least every month, and keep doing videos, blogs, everything I can.
Now, do you still print up singles? Do you still, have you made any copies of Boomerang, or, maybe do Truancy and Boomerang and, 2 other, the old school maxi singles?
I don't do CDs because in my experience here, man, a lot of people I deal with, they don't use CD players. So what I've been doing is doing the flyers with the
scan code. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you gone through the college with that? Have you actually gone through the colleges and handed them out there?
I have not yet, because I've been trying to structure everything. I got Boomerang, and I pretty much pushed it on Facebook first, but like I told you, I was deliberating between trying to decide between going with WorldStar or just trying to find some more avenues for the video, because the video was dope. So
yeah, it is.
I definitely wanted to push that too and push the single. So I'm basically trying to make sure that my budget matches, my itinerary for exactly what I want to do with the song.
Right. I still say after the feature's done, putting it on a lot of blogs too will be good. And you could have the video and the song all in the same, you know what I'm saying? So that way they're getting hit with both streams, not just the video.
And see, as far as Boomerang goes, it's being pushed to Clemson by a DJ, and it's being played in two bars up here, because it's one of those songs that comes on, people are going to dance to it, you can play pool to it, drink to it, you might two-step to it, it doesn't matter, it's just a good vibe, so I definitely gave it to the DJ. He's been playing it, every other day. He loves the song just like everybody else.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a good song.
Just one of those positions, man, I take it very seriously, so I'm just trying to calculate, figure out the next move that's going to, give me the best results.
Right. That's some serious stuff, but you know what? At least you got your head on strong, you know what I mean? And you know what you want to do.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Because I've been that person that dump a lot of money in this thing and get no results, too, I've spent a lot of money on music and, with no results. And I've also got results when I thought I wouldn't, so, it's just hit or miss sometimes, but you gotta keep pushing.
How do you feel as far as the support of the Carolinas, I would say? How do you feel do you feel that it's supportive, or do you feel it's oversaturated, so people really just out there trying to get a buck, or?
I feel like the problem with South Carolina is not the support from the people, it's how closed off South Carolina is, if that makes sense. Because to me, I used to be one of those people that think, man, people don't support me, this, that, and the third in South Carolina, but I really don't think it's that. I think places like Atlanta and Charlotte and California and stuff like that, and Florida, people are steady moving. They're moving at a fast pace. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of people walking and talking.
Right.
A lot of people looking around. There's a lot of things to see. But here in South Carolina, no matter where you go, it's a lot of trees in between everything else. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
It's a lot slower moving. It takes a lot more time.
True.
Because even with the music in Atlanta, I know everybody, has a friend that lives in Atlanta that comes up here and plays something new, and they, you play something for them, and they be like, man, it's been out for a year,
It's true, it's true.
Song, I heard that song 2 years ago, a year ago, and then it finally hit the radio here, and everybody went crazy, and I'm like, man, I've been heard that.
You're absolutely right. Yep, you're absolutely right, because prime examples, Kodak Black, okay? I was listening to him when he dropped his first mix CD, okay? Nobody around here knew. They were like, well, who is that? I'm like, Kodak Black. They had no idea. All of a sudden, when he started getting real down here, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause he used to be in North Carolina all the time. Then when he started doing, that's when everybody, and I'm like, man, y'all just jumping on this now. You need to go back to Project Baby. You know what I mean? That was the first, and that is my favorite still to this day. You know what I mean? I love all this other stuff, but I don't, you know what I mean? Project Baby's like my heart. That's my favorite. And then
but
Little Donald.
You know what I do? Yeah, you know what I do trip on about South Carolina, though? It amazes me that, like a lot of indie artists that do have a buzz here, they can't get a show. They can't get a show. They can't just walk in a club and get the same love that, a person from right down the street that's just up and coming will get. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, think about it. This is the thing. Like, I'm telling you, I'm smart with this music shit. I've been on it for a long time. But artists will get their buzz in Atlanta, and the first stop is where? It's South Carolina.
Yep.
They come to South Carolina to get the bag. They hit Charleston. They hit Florence. They hit Greenville.
Charlotte. Then they go to North Carolina.
They come back to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And they just work their way up. South Carolina will give the bag to the up and coming artists. So I don't know what it's going to take for them to start looking more so in state than out of state. And just going with whatever is up and coming from Atlanta. But, I mean, that's something that does need to change,
Definitely, and I think...
Definitely.
See, at least you've performed other places, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell artists that all the time because, someone told me you can't expect where you're from to support because they do to an extent, but they're not going to, like you said, they're going to support an artist that comes from Atlanta over the people right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell everybody, look, don't waste your money in performing in your local state. Do it once or twice. Of course you want to earn your buzz in your city first and then move around. You know what I'm saying? But always get out there. Get out to other states. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're only going to be a local rapper.
Right. That's real. That's real, because it took me a long time to realize that, and, we got a lot of love here and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's just, street boy rap, okay, you rap, okay, versus you go out of town, you perform, man, people, man, I love your music, man, where can I find it, what else you doing, when's your next show, it's always that change of scenery, man. When people get too comfortable with you and what you do, you definitely need that change of scenery and to keep moving around, so that's what I'm working on doing.
Yeah, you got
man.
to.
It just takes a lot. You got to structure this thing. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not perfect. I ain't got all the answers either, but... And
hit different outlets. You know what I mean? Hit different outlets. Like, I've been telling a lot of people, too. I know Atlanta, the strip clubs, okay? They got so many artists that go through there. And I never realized that. I mean, I knew artists always went into the strip clubs and stuff, but I never realized the impact that the strip clubs had on music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And they do. They have... Yeah, it's so crazy, and it's like, I don't think it hit me until I started the show after this one, when I started doing the porn show and interviewing the stars, the porn stars, and then I interviewed one guy that's like from Atlanta, and he has a big, company or whatever, production company, I believe, out of Atlanta, and I didn't realize that Atlanta they're getting really heavy into the porn now. Used to be just like Vegas and parts of Florida, and now Atlanta's growing in that area, and they were telling me, we had a couple of artists down here, and we brought them through the club, and I was like, really? And he was telling me different things, that sometimes they do a tour, they'll set up a little tour and have the artists go through the main strip clubs in Atlanta, you know what I mean, to get heard. And I was just like, that's what's up, and it never hit me, so it's like, I realized you got to look through so many different, I have a friend that I still keep in touch with when I was in corporate. He works at Def Jam, and he, just because he worked at Def Jam for the last, it's been like 15 years now, he still don't get no slack, though. He has a little production thing on the side, you know what I mean? And he's worked with he's worked with mad artists, doing their beats and all that. But then he decided he wanted to do something different. So his main thing that they make money in, they do all music scores. Like, they've been in so many Netflix movies or series, you know what I mean? And I'm so happy for him because it's like I've watched him grow from, you know what I mean? And like you said, he has a hard time with the social media thing too because he's always working and he does, you know, all these outside things and he's always traveling because, you know, that's what his job is. But yeah, I'll always be seeing him. Like the other day, he did some kind of film. They interviewed him for some big thing and it was him and his wife. She got involved. And I'm like, look at you. You know what I mean? To think that this would have... He said, but Kelly, look how many years it took me. And it's true. Like I said, he's been there about 18 years, 15 years, and he's still going at it. But, you know, he's had a lot of opportunities. And like I said, now his biggest thing for the last at least 3-4 years, it's all been the movie scores. And just little sitcoms like on Netflix and you know what I mean, like all these things, and I'm just like, wow, that's what's up, you know. He got his way in there, so it's like look for every opportunity, you know. That's how I try to tell everybody. I mean, commercials, you know what I mean? You never know. There could be a commercial out there that's searching for music. You know, a lot of people, like you said, they lose the social media part, like LinkedIn. You know, everybody's like, Kels, why you put stuff on there? Why are you so involved? I said, because you know what? A lot of the labels are on LinkedIn, and you can go in their groups, and sometimes they'll be posting what they need. You know what I mean? And people don't realize that. You know, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Tumblr, another one. Everybody's like, Kels, I can't believe you're big on... Yeah, and I don't even have to... And those are the ones I don't even really promote. You know, people just stop following me. I haven't even put myself out there to follow, and yet they'll be finding me. Pinterest. People are blowing up on Pinterest, and I had to read all about it, because I was like, really? Like, I have it, and I've got about maybe 800 people following me, but... You know, I never would imagine people would go through there with music. You know what I mean? I was like, that's just insane. Right. So now I've been starting to put the artists that I work with on there just to see, you know, I'm going to play around with it and see what happens. But we're going to be wrapping this up. I need you to shout out all your social media links, where they can find your music.
Well, basically, my Instagram is _streetpoet. Anything you look on there, _streetpoet. On Twitter, on Facebook is strictly Street Poet. My videos are on YouTube, I'm Street Poet. If you want to email me, get on my email list for new music. Just email me at streetpoetbooking@gmail.com. And you know, that's basically it. You know, I'm free with it. You know, I don't need nothing to wonder. Just contact me. I'm gonna keep it coming.
And also go on Spotify. You can hear his singles on Spotify, and he got a big SoundCloud list too. So if you want to hear some of his older stuff, you can hit up SoundCloud on the Street Poet as well.
Oh yeah, all music platforms: Pandora, Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. I'm everywhere.
Everywhere. So, and if you go to Google Play, you can buy all the singles separately too. So if you want to get Boomerang, you know, it pops up. Okay, so
definitely.
I want to thank you for your time, because I know we went over the 20 minutes, you know. We did like 47 minutes.
No problem. It's a pleasure to be on your show, Lenny. And I appreciate you giving my music some spins.
You're welcome. And then we'll catch up. And like I said, this interview, if anybody missed the beginning, in a couple of weeks, it'll be going through all the other stations that I'm on, and it'll end on Spotify and iHeart. So then, you know, you can just grab it and share it with everybody, so that everybody gets to know Street Poet.
All right. That's good with me.
All right. You got any shout-outs before we close it?
No, not really. I'm shout myself out. I'm going to keep pushing. Shout out all my fans and everybody that's listening. Shout out all your fans that's listening, you know. Just all in it together. I guess we just got to band together and make it.
There we go, and that's word, that's truth. I used to always give so many shout-outs, and then I had to sit back and think, like, nah, man, shout out to myself for keep doing this. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. But I hope you have a great week, and we'll catch up soon.
All right, lady.
All right, have a great night. Bye. All right, y'all, that was Street Poet, and I want you all to hear his next song, okay? It is called Truancy. And I know you're going to like it because, it, you know, like I said, I wasn't even paying attention to it. And I ended up having to, like, look through it because I was on a SoundCloud going through all his older stuff. He's a very, very talented lyricist, okay? He had, I mean, you'll feel the songs. You literally will, like, be like, wow, you know, and you'll want to go back and hear it again. Like I said, that Burn Bridging one, y'all got to go check out because that one really got me. But here's your street.
S.Fire.
Well, mama was in this and I hit the block was out there getting it in late. When she get on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster. Well, mama was in this and I hit the block was out there getting it in late. When she get on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster. Young Miss Golly youth, I switched and flipped the blocks like Tetris. And I turned the bank accounts, how strong were my blessings. That lunch money went to green, but ain't no vegan man. Broke down broccoli in a sandwich bag on a digit scale. What young and thuggish for I knew to put a title on it. Niggas that's backwards these days wanna be gangsta, I've outgrown it. I'm still trying to find the balance between my highs and lows. Remember when I pedal packs on a 10 spoke? Because they told me you get caught, little Brett, you're on your own. Grams backed up in the two sock in my underclothes. Riding dirty, living lawless, pistol fully loaded. Got rest, they stole it, one of these fuck niggas try to approach me. Yes, I look back, I let too much slide now that I'm older. Back then when no result for the chip on my shoulder. Young, wild and reckless like I die at any given moment. At times I feel like people close to me don't even know. Well, mama was in this and I hit the block, was out there getting it in late. When she came on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster girl. Well, mama was in this and I hit the block, was out there getting it in late. When she came on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster. Young ruthless nigga, when drummer pop 'em, who they call? Got known for banging at the nigga, snatch my head, it go. Skip school to thump it out and got skin in the shoulder. That shit have slowed me down, it didn't, it just made me colder. Borrow pistols, lick go on, niggas don't want them back. Sleep deprivation, one of them niggas trying to get me back. Dodged death so many times, seem like I'm living backwards. It's been the same old shit every year passing. They call me childish, but they know not what a nigga do. Snatching systems out the parking lot while I'm in school. Didn't give a fuck about getting caught, my car needed some oomph. Showing love, I went and got them for my niggas too. I'm rock solid, time y'all sing like from my point of view. Can't blame y'all, we went through life on different altitudes. Somewhere along the lines, I turned myself into a man. Fatherless child, the only man I knew would beat me down. And I hit the block, was out there getting it in late. When she came on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster girl. Well, mama was in this and I hit the block, was out there getting it in late. When she came on my skip school for class, I gotta get to this paper. And I ain't never played no games, no. If mama only knew, she raised the real gangster.
good evening to everyone tuning in. This